we're going to start with balancing environments. Okay, so we're talking about how many different cycles do we have. So the Sheng cycle is the generating cycle. Yeah, well, where one element feeds the other. If there's one element missing, it's a curse cycle. Curse cycle, it brings stress. The Sheng cycle brings fulfillment, flourishing, happiness, well-being. It causes stress, weakness, and disharmony, curse cycle, leading to illness, disputes, and other problems. Immediate results can be found by analysing the environment and arranging things in the Sheng cycle. So very often when you do a consultation, it's all you have to do. It's not all you have to do. One of the major jobs you have to do is just to balance it in elements with the Bagua, the direction, the magnetic field of the Bagua. So you analyse everything in terms of elements, colour, shape, which we're going to do some of. And then you look how it sits inside that space. Would it be better somewhere else? And looking at the dynamics between the elements and the position in the Bagua, you can read someone's life. You can see exactly what's happening in their life. So here's lots of videos on this one.
Balancing environments. Understanding the Sheng and Ke cycles. So far we have looked at movement, shape, form and colour. When we use all of these in a Sheng cycle arrangement, there is natural strength and harmony inherent in the structure. If, when analysing a space, the elements do not conform to the Sheng cycle, that is, next to each other, such as water to wood, wood to fire, fire to earth, earth to metal, you have a Ke cycle arrangement. When energy cannot move from one phase to the other, pressure is created. This stress degrades objects and causes them to wear out and eventually break down. People also absorb this stress from our environment and suffer accordingly. Therefore, environments in a Ke cycle arrangement will cause stress, weaknesses and disharmony, leading to such things as illness and disputes. Energy allowed to move freely becomes vibrant, health-giving chi, and therefore the Sheng cycle is the natural way to build and decorate our homes and businesses, whereas disorder comes from the Ke cycle as energy is trapped and decaying. By ignoring colour, shape and movement or room use functionality, we continue to surround ourselves with environments that have inherent weaknesses. For example, an environment with dark blue walls, which is the water element, and a red carpet, fire, will form a Ke cycle arrangement without the element of wood. People will absorb this stress and become confused whenever this room is used. Hence, here are some further examples. Inherent weaknesses caused by the Ke cycle. To illustrate weaknesses in man-made structures, let's look at the 5 phases as applied to everyday objects. Something simple like a red balloon. The balloon is round, which is metal shape, and its red colour represents fire. This creates an inherent weakness with the result that the red balloon does not last as long as a white one, which is both metal shaped and metal coloured. Try it and see. White doors. They're metal colour, but with a wood shape. These will stick or have a problem. To balance, paint the door dark blue, black, or add a water characteristics, such as a flowing handle, as if by magic the door operates normally. Roofs. Particularly garage roofs or any flat earth-shaped structure with a bitumen or asphalt roof coloured black, which is water. This roof will leak. Some manufacturers make their roofing material grey coloured, which corresponds to metal, and they are able to guarantee their roofs for 30 years. Windows that are long and thin, which are wood shaped and double glazed with white plastic coated around aluminium metal, will allow in drafts or break down. Cars. Roads and transport are characterised as the water element as they flow. Cars are metal, so that would appear to work fine. However, red cars, which is fire and metal, will deteriorate far quicker than black or dark blue ones, as red is fire, which attacks metal and is further weakened by water. This weakening cycle is discussed shortly. You can apply this methodology to any project just by looking at its colour, shape and use. The best will be those in the Sheng cycle arrangement. Analysing and arranging things in this way can obtain immediate results.
Okay. So anything in your space that is in a curse cycle?
I have a black car, so metal black is car is water, yeah, because it flows. Then it is metal, water metal. Then we need black is what? Water.
Mm.
So that's good.
That's the Sheng cycle.
Yeah, Sing cycle, yeah.
Sure, sure. So the car supports the road.
Mm-hmm. So in here we look at the movement, the color, and the material, basically 3 elements here.
But also location. Where do you find that? With a car, it's mobile. So you don't worry about the location.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like mobile is like water, yeah.
It is. It's
mobility.
virtual water, which is the road that it's on. So that's great. What's the best color car you can have?
So we have water and metal, Sing cycle. Would it be wood?
Exactly.
Wood is what color? Wood is green color.
Yeah, and
blue.
light blue. Yeah, light blue. So if you've got a green or light blue color, you have very low maintenance and you seem to get extra mileage. It's almost like it's aerodynamic. It's not, it's just color, but it blends into the environment. So the best car you can have is a green or light blue.
Not sure about light blue. Dark green could be looks very nice.
Any green, yeah, like the racing green.
Yeah, isn't it, Vanessa?
That Stirling moss was very famous for driving in. That beautiful kind of dark green, lovely. Yeah, but any green is wood, so it doesn't matter what green it is. So that would work. So less bills. I've got a silver car. I don't have a green one or a light blue. I've never had a green or light blue one, but I have got a green and light blue bikes, cycles, and I hardly get a puncture in them. I ride those on the road, and there's hardly any problems with it, and a joy to drive, to ride. The in Essex,
my bike, which was actually red, black, silver, yellow. It was the bike which lasted the most, and it never had any problem.
Okay. So this was a motorbike or a bicycle?
No, mountain bike.
Oh, okay, great. So it was earth, it was metal, and it was water. But you rode it in the woods or in the mountains?
There was a fire. There was fire. It was. Oh, you're right. The yellow there. That's the key, right? Okay, yeah. I think because I thought it would be more like fiery yellow, and then it might have been more cool yellow. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
But that was the best bike I ever had.
Did you ride it through the
still
woods?
have it. Yeah, I did.
There you go. You see, that's a difference. Because if you ride it through the woods, then a water bike is fine. So if Xia Ying only drove her car through woodland, it would be the best car you could buy because the environment is wood. What's the environment you're driving through? So with a mountain bike, woodland tracks, woodland trails, perfect. Have a black bike. Because a green one or light blue would be neutral in a wood environment.
Sorry, I missed the part with the yellow that you were mentioning before.
So,
because it was red, black, and metal, red, black, and there was a yellow. There was a yellow stripe on the bike. So you have this gap in between fire, the red, and metal. But because it was cool, because it was cool yellow, it was earth,
But why would it be? Why was the best? Sorry for why would I didn't. Sorry, I mean it's the link with being the best bike.
So for the environment.
For the environment.
Right. So the
because
best.
she shared all the elements basically.
She didn't have all the
Yeah.
elements. She didn't have
Okay.
wood.
But there was the black was the prominent color, you know. Black was the prominent color, and all the others were supporting the black. And I was driving it in wood.
Oh, okay.
But
I
exactly.
mean, wood. Now you add a wood element in,
Yes.
basically now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was made. Well, it wasn't. It was made for all purpose, I would think. But when you drive it through the wood, it had a particular magic to it that from it being in harmony with the elements it's riding through. Another video.
We'll now move on to the weakening cycle. There is one other cycle used in Feng Shui known as the weakening cycle, and which is actually the reverse of the Sheng cycle. By one element generating another, it is weakened in the process. An example of this uses the water and wood elements. A seed that is watered absorbs the moisture and uses it to grow. In order for it to reach maturity, it needs constant watering, depleting and weakening the water element. However, as a Sheng cycle is a never-ending cycle, metal replenishes the energy water loses to wood in the form of condensation. This cycle works like this. Wood weakens water, fire weakens wood, earth weakens fire, metal weakens earth, and finally, water weakens metal. The weakening cycle works perfectly in nature. However, humankind interferes in this cycle. So man-made environments use a host-guest relationship to decide whether one thing weakens another or not. We will begin to apply this in the Bagua chapter. So now you're equipped to explore your world and look at it from yin and yang and 5 transformational phase perspectives. We have sown the seeds and you will begin to look at things in a different light. In seeing the bigger picture, we can also begin to appreciate how perfect nature is.